Gaming, and Sport 5 decide to bow out.
Stay in touch in the world of gaming with the Onside Radio E-Report. It's time for Kai's Corner on OnsideRadio.com. To talk to Kai, dial 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623. To reach out on the text line, it's 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123. Here's Kai Chen Chisholm on your home for sports talk, OnsideRadio.com.
Good morning. It's another beautiful morning here in South Florida, OnsideRadio.com. Kai's Corner. We're going to take you from 10 to noon. We'll have Inside the Paint coming on at 10:30. That's between Ira Winderman, and Ethan Skolnick. They will come on and talk all things Heat. It's a great listen. Make sure you stay and tune in for that. We have our poll of the day. Only one poll today, not the four. We're trying to figure out why Twitter hates us here at Onside Radio and doesn't let us tweet out multiple polls at a time. So until we can figure that out, we're just going to have one today. You can find that on the Onside Radio Twitter, at Onside Radio, of course. The question is, which free agent do you want the most at this point for the Miami Dolphins? The options are Juju Smith-Schuster, Curtis Samuel, Rodney Hudson, and then the desperation option of anyone at this point. You can go ahead and vote on that. You'll be able to until noon and get your voice in. You can also do so on the text line at 844-416-8123. Again, that's 844-416-8123. It's a beautiful, beautiful Wednesday here. Seeing the sun shine, everything along those lines. Was kind of hoping for a little bit of rain because, sometimes I don't like to deal with tennis stuff when I go to work. But you know what? It's okay. We move, we go through. I want to start with a little bit of a semi-negative topic, I would say. And once everything kind of goes through, I'll get Sean's opinion as well in a little bit when I kind of am able to figure out everything that happened, right? So last night, the accusations come against Deshaun Watson on a sexual assault and something that there's no real way to put it. I mean, right now, of course, people are speculating on what's going to happen with the actual accusation, what's going to happen with, I guess, anything, right? Like wondering what's going to happen with anything with this. Because at this point, who knows, right? Who really knows what is real, what is fake? Now, it's coming from Tony Busby, who is the attorney who is bringing this against Deshaun Watson. On an Instagram post, he talked about a lot, and to sum it all up, he says, today, and this is quoting him from his Instagram, today we filed suit against Deshaun Watson. Too many times women have put up with behavior that we all know no one should put up with. Should we make excuses for the famous or those who hold special positions or quarterbacks on a local professional football team? I don't think so. All people are equal and all deserve dignity and respect. He goes on to talk about his father, his mother, and then goes on to say, quote, this case we just filed against Watson isn't about money. It's about dignity and stopping behavior that should be stopped now. Stay tuned for details. And then says something about him being a Marine, and if he has any info or wants to be a part of this, you can contact his office. I don't necessarily know what to think about this. I don't know if any of the rumors that people are saying is true about him being neighbors with Cal McNair. I don't think that really matters in this situation unless you find through a court of law substantial evidence that puts Tony Busby in a situation with Cal McNair that they did whatever they said that they did, right? If people are accusing them of what they're accusing them to do, as in, conspiring against Deshaun Watson, then obviously that's horrible. And again, that needs to be proven in a court of law. The court of public opinion has their side of things, right? The court of public opinion goes through and talks about what they feel. But at the end of the day, everything needs to be brought up in a court of law, and things don't get decided by the court of public opinion. As much as we would like to think so, as fans, as analysts, as just human beings, whether it's sports or not, the court of public opinion doesn't decide things. Now, it might in a lot of people's mind, but it comes down to what happens in a court of law. If this case is actually brought up to a court of law, then I guess we can talk about it more. I do want to mention before I give my opinion on the situation what Deshaun Watson said, because he essentially came out and immediately mentioned that, you know, that he's innocent, right? What he tweeted was, and I quote, and I'm going to read his full quote because it's more, this is nothing against Busby, and I'm not trying to do anything against him and his client if whatever situation is true. And I want to be as transparent as possible that I'm going to read this in full because what Deshaun said is very concise and to the point, other than what the Instagram post said. I feel like what I read from the Instagram post was primarily what was important in it. If you want to go, Benjamin Albright tweeted on his Twitter the screen cap of it. I'm sure you can find it and you can read it in full if you feel you need to. As a result, this is from Deshaun Watson's Twitter. He tweeted, and I quote, "As a result of a social media post by a publicity-seeking plaintiff's lawyer, I recently became aware of a lawsuit that has apparently been filed against me. I have not yet seen the complaint, but I know this. I have never treated any woman with anything other than the utmost respect. The plaintiff's lawyer claims that this isn't about money, but filing suit, he made a baseless six-figure settlement demand, which I quickly rejected. Unlike him, this isn't about money for me. It's about clearing my name, and I look forward to doing that." My opinion on this situation is very clear, and I think that I want to make it as clear and concise as possible and make sure to let everyone know that at least where I stand. And I wanted to give it a night so I could put it into words that are better. Because, of course, when stuff like this happens, I like to go on Twitter. I like to tweet about it. I like to kind of talk about it and get to the point. If what is being accused to Deshaun Watson comes out to inevitably be false accusations, that is horrible. I don't care if Cal McNair is or isn't involved. I don't care if Busby is or isn't McNair's neighbor or their friends. Until that's proven in a court of law that there is some sort of relation, like correlation between Cal McNair and the Texans organization, Busby, and this lawsuit, if everything becomes false, then I will care about that. But to present an accusation of something that women, and obviously I can't specifically speak on situations because I am not a woman, I am a man, but you see this on a daily basis where men go on Twitter, on these other platforms, and don't want to believe women because stuff like this happens, where fake lawsuits come out, and they don't want to believe them. They don't want to side with them. They don't want to have they don't want to be by their sides. And if this turns out to be fake, if this turns out to be a fabricated lawsuit for whatever reason it comes out to be, that is horrible. It is absolutely horrible that would be brought up in the public and you're suing someone over some actual tormenting things that happen to women on a daily basis, not only in this country, but around the world. That would be horrendous. That would be just, I mean, words couldn't even begin to describe how I would feel if I found out, if I was a woman, if I found out that this was fake and this is really the publicity stunt they're pulling. Quickly, Sean, I want to get your thoughts on it, and if you were able to read before we end up going into break, and kind of how you felt last night when you saw everything coming out.
Well, actually, I saw it this morning. I'm usually waking up about 4 in the morning, so I'm already in bed by the time this almost came out. But, I think for me, I automatically went to because I watch so much TV and dramas and crime TV that this is something with the Houston Texans are behind this, so they can kind of muddy the name of Deshaun Watson to get him out of town a little bit and not be, that franchise that got rid of the star quarterback.
Yeah, and I think that's where a lot of people went to. I don't want to get to that place, but for me, again, all it keeps coming down to is that if this truly is false and what everyone thinks is false becomes true, it's something horrible to take trauma that women go through on a daily basis around the world and use it as a publicity stunt to try to get leverage.
Yeah, that's why you hope this isn't false claims as far as that goes. Because
that would be horrible.
You can look at different ways of trying to dirty somebody's name. I'm sure there's other things and things like that. But to, like you're saying, this, every day women are going through this. To use this would be very shameful if in fact, they are not based rumors.
Right. And I will ask Houts when he comes on. We're going to have Josh Houts on in the second hour, his thoughts about this as well, because it does kind of tie in, I guess, to the Dolphins and potential trade stuff and everything like that. We'll ask him about that. When we come back, we're going to preview today's games in the UCL. There's 2 matchups. So we're going to preview those ones. And then after that, Inside the Paint will come on. So Saturday mornings at 9 a.m., Sean Stanley hosts the Square Circle Digest. Now, wrestling fans have a place to call home as Sean covers the very colorful world of wrestling. Tune in every Saturday from 9 to 10 a.m. on the home of sports fans worldwide, OnsideRadio.com.
Onside Radio, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan.
Let's raise a cup to the first among us who put themselves last. To the risk takers, the mask makers, the heroes on the front line and online. To the ones keeping shelves full and keeping us hopeful. To those who don't stop and those making all the stops. To the ones who pick up, suit up, and never let us down. From all of us at Duncan to all the heroes keeping everyone running, we thank you.
Saturday mornings, 9 a.m., Sean Stanley hosts the Square Circle Digest.
But to be the man, you gotta beat the man. And I'm saying, woo, right here, I'm the man.
Now, wrestling fans have a place to call home as Sean covers the very colorful world of wrestling. Tune in every Saturday from 9 to 10 a.m. on the home for sports fans worldwide, OnsideRadio.com.
Enter Miami CF, your official furniture and mattress store, is here. City Furniture is your #1 home source for the trends you want at the prices you'll love, including exclusive City Furniture collections, the widest selection of styles, affordable home accents, mattresses starting at just $99 and more. Create the home of your dreams fast with next-day delivery, plus get 60 months special financing with no down payment. Because City Furniture is here to make it easy so everyone can live life like this, visit cityfurniture.com.
Hey, it's Big O. You know, air quality in your home or business is so important now, folks. That's why you've got to call M&S Air Conditioning. Let them install a high-efficiency polarized air filter in your AC unit that attracts, captures, and destroys biological contaminants to improve your air quality. M&S is always on call from 7:30 a.m. till 9 o'clock p.m. and, of course, emergency Sundays. Call for more info on high-efficiency air filters and their preventative maintenance plans. Visit M&S Air Conditioning at ac-florida.com.
Welcome back to Kai's Corner. To reach out to Kai, dial 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623. Back to Kai's Corner.
Okay, the Miami Dolphins. Let's make a nice little thing of this. Sean, can we get a breaking news here for the Miami Dolphins? Huge news. We have the greatest thing possible. Miami Dolphins fans, go up and be happy. We finally made a signing. Nickel cornerback Justin Coleman has signed a 1-year deal worth a max value of $2.75 million with the Miami Dolphins per NFL Network. He reunites with Brian Flores, who was with him in New England. we finally made a signing. Love to see it. We got Jacoby Brissett yesterday. Now we got another nickel corner. I guess they think Bobby McCain truly is a safety. So look at that. They get a nickel corner now. They get Jacoby Brissett yesterday. They got a punter in Pilardi. Everything's awesome.
Ah, the game plan's coming together. Love it when a plan comes together.
Oh, and then our old punter, Matt Hawk. Sorry, not Matt Barr. Why do I keep saying Barr? Matt Hawk. He joins the Bills. 3-year deal. Gonna love that. Absolutely gonna love that. Anyways, on to more important things than a punter, even though I'm for the brand. I'm very much for the brand. I'm going to make sure to let that be known, right? But other than punters, we have some UCL action today. And I swear, like, every single time that I want a game to be entertaining, it just goes the other way. And it's so frustrating because, like, I want Sean to be able to watch some great soccer. And every single time that there should be...
So far, every game you've told me has been a snooze fest.
Exactly. I should have... You see, I didn't think much of the Juventus-Porto game. I didn't think that that was going to be great, and it was. Even the Sevilla game against Dortmund was still a little interesting last week. Liverpool destroyed Leipzig. Nothing was interesting about that. PSG destroyed Barca. Nothing was interesting about that. Man City was going to beat Gladbach no matter what. That we already knew that. There was only one interesting game yesterday, and Atalanta just decided to let everyone down and not contest the big dogs in Real Madrid. And now it's like Karim Benzema scored, Sergio Ramos scored a penalty, and then Marco Asensio. If you're a big world soccer fan, remember Marco Asensio when he was the guy? Hasn't been. That was like 2017. It had to have been. He was the guy. Oh my gosh. Couldn't even believe that. But they win 3-1. They win 4-1 overall in aggregate score. And, of course, it just continues to be heartbreak for me wanting to be able to watch some good soccer and even try to get Sean to watch some great soccer games. I'm not even going to touch on the Bayern Munich-Lazio game. The most that I can say is if Bayern Munich, with the 4 away goals that they have, somehow lose 4-0 at home in Germany at the Allianz Arena, there is more of an indictment on them losing than I think I would give credit to Lazio for winning, because that would mean that Bayern just completely fell apart. I could see Lazio scoring a goal. Today, Alexander Nubel is making his third competitive start for Bayern Munich. Backup goalkeeper signed from Schalke last year. And he's supposed to be the heir apparent to Manuel Neuer whenever Neuer decides to retire. So I wouldn't be shocked if Lazio gets a goal. But if they win 4-0, if Bayern doesn't score a single goal, then that would be just pandemonium. I would be upset. Not just as a Bayern fan, but as a world soccer fan. It would be great, though, to be honest, as a world soccer fan. But the game that's more important is Chelsea versus Atletico Madrid, and it should be a good game. Now, Chelsea do have a 1-goal away goal lead, which works in their favor after Olivier Giroud just outstanding goal in the first leg in February. So they have the 1 away goal lead. Madrid, it's not uncommon for them to be able to pull out and try to make something of what's happening. They can score. I mean, they have João Felix. They have Luis Suarez, who, by the way, goes for a free to Atletico and is one of the top scorers in La Liga. What a mistake by Barcelona to just let him go on a free. What an absolute mistake. Could have used him in the Champions League this year. Could have absolutely used him. Then you also have Yannick Carrasco, who can get his... You have a pretty good, midfield. You also have some wingers in like a Thomas Lemar. You are able to put him on the wings or put him in the midfield. You have Marcos Llorente that you can have up there. There's a lot that you can do with that. You have Koke still. You have Torreira, who is doing better now with Atletico than he was in his former team. Your defense, you're always known for being a defensive team. You still have Jimenez, the Argentine, or the Uruguayan, excuse me. And then besides that, I mean, it's just, there's not like a crazy amount of great on Atletico, but the way that they do and the way that they operate with their team under Diego Simeone makes them an issue. It doesn't make them UCL contenders, I don't think, for the championship, for the cup, for winning it all, but they have enough to at least contest against a Chelsea. I mean, right now, under Thomas Tuchel, Tammy Abraham is doubtful for the game. Olivier Giroud will most likely be the starter unless he comes off the bench. Timo Werner can't score. Kai Havertz, I would love, he shares my first name, well, part of my first name. So I would love for him to be able to do good. So badly wanted him on Bayern Munich, but understand why he went to Chelsea, sort of. Money, everything like that. But he hasn't been outstanding. And that's a part of all their summer transfers. They had all these big transfers that were supposed to be fantastic for them. And a Timo Werner, a Hakim Ziyech, a Kai Havertz. Christian Pulisic after Project Restart was in outstanding form. Outstanding form. And now it's like, I mean, they signed Kepa, their keeper. They signed Kepa for so much money after Thibaut Courtois went to Real Madrid. And he's behind Mendy right now. And Mendy's doing pretty well, which is pretty funny. But it's one of those games where, look, Jorginho is suspended. Mason Mount is suspended, which could be huge. Tammy Abraham is doubtful. Thiago Silva is doubtful. So you're relying on a defense of like an Antonio Rudiger, a Andreas Christensen, a Kurt Zuma, Ben Chilwell. Reece James is a pretty good right back. I'd have to give him that. But you're relying on these things. I would be more shocked if Atletico didn't come back than if Chelsea won. Like, I'd be like, oh, well, it's, Chelsea won. But, like, if Atletico doesn't come back or at least scores a goal, that would be shocking. I don't expect Chelsea to hold up and to be able to keep up with what they're doing. And especially with so many key players of their team out, it just doesn't make sense to me. I encourage you to watch it if you can. Again, I think it should be a very good game. So if you're able to watch it and you're able to see it, you have Paramount Plus or wherever else it could be broadcasted. I think they'll put like the big one on CBS as well, since they have the all access. Since it's CBS, it's Paramount Plus. I would encourage you to watch it. Don't watch Bayern Lazio. It should be a snooze fest. I don't even think you should bother. Coming up, you'll have Inside the Paint with Ethan Skolnick and Ira Winderman, and they will take you up until 11 o'clock. Every Saturday at 11 a.m., soccer fans can connect with Austin Robillard and Red Card Radio. From the Premiership to the MLS, catch up with your favorite team, including our very own Inter Miami CF. Listen to Red Card Radio every Saturday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. with Austin Robillard exclusively at OnsideRadio.com.